Welcome back, everyone. It's Eric from Rare Candy here. Today we are back on PTCGO taking a look at another Rebel Clash deck. And today we're taking a look at a pet deck of mine I've been kind of grinding away on in my free time, and that is going to be Galarian Cursola. And also, too, guys, if you need any codes or any cards from Rebel Clash to complete this deck or any others, you guys can head over to PTCGOstore.com. Use that coupon code RARECANDY, save some money at checkout. And of course, our patrons over at patreon.com/RareCandyTCG also have an even bigger discount code of their own as well. But anyways, getting back into the actual deck profile itself here, Galarian Cursola, like I said, one of my favorite one prizers from the new set, has that ability Perish Body, very similar to the old Gengar from Stormfront. You know, card overall a little bit different, but the ability is basically the same. But if Cursola is in the active spot and is knocked out by damage, you flip a coin. If heads, the attacking Pokemon is now knocked out. So I think this ability is really cool, especially compared to Gengar, since we're in a format that has a lot of 3-prize Pokemon running around. You know, when Gengar was popular, it was primarily 1-prizers with a couple of 2-prizers in the mix as well. But right now, I mean, if you're a Pikarom deck or an ADP or, you know, Toxtricity VMAX, whatever it might be, and you attack into this thing, you might go down with it, giving your opponent half their prizes. So basically what I have here is kind of a I don't know, kind of a soft lock in a way. So what we're doing is we're playing Galarian Cursola with Shedinja here, and we're actually attacking with Cursola. As amazing as that is, Cursola's attack is not too great, but quarter actually is pretty cool because it does 60, then more importantly, your opponent can't retreat. So very frequently, if your opponent is trying to like attack you with 1-prizers, sometimes we can use Fion here, force your opponent to push up something else they don't want to attack with, and we can just lock it in place and make sure they have to attack you, or they might have to promote something like a Jirachi or something that can attack you, and you can just lock them in the active and get a free extra prize kind of along the way. But the Shedinja, if you guys aren't familiar with this, the other major component of the deck has that Vessel of Life ability. Once during your turn, you may discard all cards attached to this Pokemon and attach it as a tool to one of your Pokemon, but when that Pokemon is knocked out, they give up 1 fewer prize card. So you guys can probably see the combo here. We're basically just trying to have all of these 0 prize like landmines on our field, if you think of them that way. So we want to throw these on our Cursolas, force our opponent to knock this thing out. They get 0 prizes, and we're going to get anywhere between 1 and 3 prizes on a coin flip. So that's what we are going for. We have a thin Malamar line as well. Unfortunately, Cursola does have a 2 energy attack cost, which is like kind of a spit in the face since it only does 60. So for that reason, we do have to play something like Malamar to quickly power up a Cursola in 1 turn if one of ours goes down. So we have that, have our Jirachi engine, we have our Ditto. We have 3 copies of Lily's Pokédoll as well. This is mainly for those turns where you're not quite set up. You can just throw a doll active. That also gives up 0 prizes. Or if we're going against a deck that plays Fion, we can always throw up a Pokédoll if they do try to use Fion to get around our Cursolas. So that's why we're playing those. Even though we are playing the Jirachi engine, playing no copies of Switch, we are playing 3 copies of Scoop Up Net here. So the reason we're playing Scoop Up Net is, well, it's for a couple reasons. You know, it does help us maneuver our board a little bit easier, much like in the way that Switch will let you. But also, too, Scoop Up Net is kind of nice because if your opponent, let's say they only need like 1 prize left to win, and you have like a Jirachi or a Malamar sitting on your bench, you can scoop up net these Pokemon that give up prizes and sort of make your opponent go through your Cursola sometime. Next from there, we have 3 copies of Sky Pillar. This is actually a card that I mentioned in my recent Dragapult VMAX article on our Patreon, so definitely go check out. Have a link down below in the description of that. But this is one of the ways I think you can actually tech to beat Dragapult. Right now, at the time of filming, Dragapult lists are playing very little stadium cards, if any at all, especially in like the Yoneda style lists. So Sky Pillar, if this thing gets in play, very frequently it's going to stick. And this is really important because this will not only prevent damage from attacks like Tag Bolt GX, Venom Shot, etc. to our bench, but also it will prevent effects, including damage counters. So this is one of the main ways we are going to be teching against Dragapult, and also things like Pikarom 2 to a lesser degree. From there, we have 1 copy of Ordinary Rod, but we actually have 1 copy of Brock's Grit as well, which seems like kind of overkill for recovery, but you guys have to think, every time a Cursola and Shedinja combo goes down, that's 4 slots into the discard pile. So 1 Ordinary Rod, like a lot of decks would play, really isn't going to cut it. So I've really been liking the Brock's Grit I would definitely not play this deck without Brock's Grit, that's for sure. Or if you are dead set on cutting this, play 2 Ordinary Rods. But I think having a lot of recovery is very important here. The other interesting card on the list is going to be 4 copies of Capture Energy. Definitely, I think, a really sweet card in the deck. Provides colorless energy, but then whenever we attach to a Pokemon, we search your deck for another basic, put it on our bench. So we are always sort of operating at a full bench with this deck. We're always trying to find our next Nincada or Galarian Cursola, whatever it might be. So Capture Energy, I think, is a really dope inclusion in the deck. So that's going to be pretty much all the interesting stuff in this list. I will admit, I kind of do want to find room for like 1 or 2 Rosa, but I mean, this list is super, super tight. We're running 3 stage 1s and a Jirachi engine, so not a whole lot of room. But I think this deck is really cool. Let's hop some games and we'll show how Galarian Cursola is going to look in action. Okay, so we are going to win the coin flip. We'll go first. We see the Lightning deck box, so if this is Pikarom, they might actually like going second. And it looks like our opponent does recognize him, or recognize us. So we'll say hello there. They do take a Molgus, so that's also good for us. This would actually be a pretty good hand going second, but... Okay, it's going to be Toxtricity. I think this actually should probably be a good matchup for us. As long as we set up just kind of averagely, I think we probably are going to be in a good spot here. Busted top deck, we will... I don't think they have anything that hit our bench, more than likely. Like, more likely they're not playing Pikarom, but could be wrong. I'm just going to Stellar Wish first before we do anything else. I think we'll just go for a Brox. Because I kind of don't mind Marning that towards the bottom of our deck this game. And from here, what do we get rid of? I think we get rid of the Sky Pillar or the Psychic Energy. But again, I don't know if they're playing a Pikarom in their list or something like that. I feel like they shouldn't be. I'll say that. So we're actually going to get rid of the Sky Pillar here. We'll get another Cursola, and we do have 2 other Sky Pillars left in deck, so it's not the end of the world. Let's see, we do have our whole Malamar line, we have all of our Shedinjas, we did prize a Cursola, prized a Doll. I mean, overall, nothing too bad that I can tell that we prized. Did we prize Ordinary Rod? Yes, we did prize that. So Brock right now is our only way of getting back cards, but if we're going against a 3-prize deck, I'm not sure if we're going to... Oh, no, we have Ordinary Rod in our hand. What am I talking about? So, yeah, for the moment, we're just going to do this, and we are going to pass to our opponent here. So again, as long as we just don't, like, draw dead this game, I think we're probably going to be in a good spot to win. Like, I think this Cursola deck really is going to thrive against 2- and 3-prize decks that can't hit your bench specifically. So there's the Addkison, going to put back that. And going to go for a Bolton. Okay, so that tells me they might be going for the turn 1 Electrify potentially, which would be good for them for sure. And there's the Professor's Research as well. So they did get rid of Marnie. I'm actually happy about that. I kind of like this hand. Ooh, there is Zapdos. Zapdos actually could have been good to take like a quick prize, but yeah, they're going to get Toxtricity. They're just trying to get their energy in play. That's the big things I think they're really going to be looking for here. I think, believe it or not, actually setting up Eldegoss to attack might be decent at some point to recycle boss's orders. But anyways, I think overall this should be an okay matchup for us though. So we're going to do this. I think we're going to Stellar Wish preemptively. Okay, that's actually a good Star Wars target to get. So I think I'm actually going to do this. And this way we can use another Stellar Wish on the other end of this Marnie. Alright, so let's see what we can get. Hopefully we can, okay, so we can get Shedinja. And we can attack if we want to, but I'm going to go for the Stellar Wish. I think we just grab Cynthia here. I really wish we had a doll. That was the big thing I kind of wanted this turn. So I think, though, we're going to just communicate this into the deck. I mean, there is a world where we go for another Jirachi and try to get... Yeah, I kind of don't hate that, because if we hit a doll off Jirachi, that feels pretty good. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do here. Nice. That's literally exactly what we wanted to see. So we will do this. Scoop up net. We are out of scoop up nets. That is something we do have to keep in mind. But at this point, we are just going to... I think pass from there? Yeah. Don't want to put down this Jirachi if we don't have to. Like, even if they knock this out, we still have a pivot Pokemon with the doll, so... Now, hopefully they whiff Boss's orders to knock out an Inkata. Okay, just gonna go for another Electrify. Really big fan of that. I think we really want to dodge and attack this turn, just to establish our Shedinja and maybe another basic into play. Okay, so that's a great top deck, and we will just go for the Cynthia here. Okay, so we will go for the communication. And grab ourselves a Shedinja. And we can get Inkay down this turn too, which is really good. So I'm feeling pretty good about how this matchup's going to go. Unless they have something crazy like teched into their deck that we don't know about, I think we're going to be in a really good spot. So we'll do this. And... not exactly what we want, but I think we'll grab Sky Pillar just in case they put down Thunder Mountain or something like that. So we'll just retreat, and we're going to go for the corner here. So next turn we need Malamar, Cursola, Shedinja, and another Ninkata, and Corsola and Energy. Yeah, we need a good bit next turn too, but we're starting to put on some pressure at least. So there's the switch. And Koga's Trap, okay. And interesting, I'm just going to go for the Poison Jab. And it confuses us too? Oh no, the Koga's Trap is what confused us. So if we flip tails, that's 60. I think I'm going to do this. Let's see, we have equal odds of drawing into either of these, so I think I'm actually just going to go for Malamar for this turn. And Cynthia from here. So I think we're just going to retreat into the Pokédoll here. And we'll just Psychic Recharge. We'll attach. And that is going to be a pass. I want to take a chance flipping into that confusion there. Just because them knocking us out via things like status conditions or damage counters, that actually gets around our ability. We want to force them to attacking into us with these 2 and 3 prize Pokemon. So there's the boss's orders. Bring up a Cursola. I'm actually cool with that because we have another in hand, and the Ninkatas are probably the more important thing for them to knock us out, or to knock out. So I kind of want to actually attack into any of these other Pokemon, though. Yes, I think we're actually going to do this. Bolton, I am definitely fine with Bolton coming in play. So we're just going to do this. Attach the Capture Energy. We will Stellar Wish. We do get Communication, that's pretty good. Yeah, because that can get us another Ninkata, right? Yeah, so we can live off this hand for a turn, even if they do take a knockout. So we're just going to do this. We'll Psychic Recharge to this Cursola as well. And what do we get down here? Because we don't need Ninkata for a couple turns, so maybe we just go for Ditto. Like, that seems kind of okay, I guess. And we're just going to start with the corner shenanigans yet again. So, yeah, rather them be attacking with straight damage, not damage counters, no status conditions, nothing like that. They're already 1 Boss Orders down, 1 Koga's Trap down. I'm guessing they played 2 Boss's Orders, maybe 3 Koga's Trap. Then with 1 Eldegoss probably. So starting to power up the Dedenne, good idea from them, because Dedenne, GX Attack can actually put it back into the deck. I think before it would be knocked out from our ability. I think that's how the order works, so this would actually get around this. I think it works kind of like in the same way that this works against, like with Shaman EX and Bursting Balloon, where even if Bursting Balloon knocks out Shaman, you still get the Shaman back first. But here they have another Koga's Trap. That's super annoying. But here they're just going to go for the Electrify. I'm cool with that. We can just retreat, power this thing back up. So yeah, we're just going to retreat here to this other one. I actually might save this in case we need to use, because we can Psychic Recharge after this turn. I think I want to save this just in case of like needing to get Theon into play. And I think we're actually going to just go ahead and evolve this Cursola as well. So yeah, we're just going to go for corner. yet again. I know this is kind of a grind here, guys, but our opponent's actually playing this pretty well. They definitely don't want to flip, have to go through these coin flips to win here. So they are going to go for the Marnie. I'm cool with that. Our hand was not very good. We did have the manual attachment. That's the only thing I really would have liked to have kept, but we do get Brock. That's actually a card I really do want to see right now. Well, we probably should wait first before using it. And we do hit heads, so yeah, this is what we want to see. This is exactly the type of match that we want. So we get another Cursola and a treasure, so that is good. I think we'll actually promote the Pokédoll. I kind of want to get out of play, to be honest, at this point, guys. Okay, they're going to promote Toxtricity VMAX. I'm definitely okay with that, too. So, I mean, we do have 6 cards in the discard, so yeah. I think I'm actually going to burn the doll. I want to Stellar Wish first before we use the Brocks. That way we can hit a supporter for next turn. We don't want to put a bunch of Pokemon in first. So yeah, we'll go grab the Cynthia here. And yeah, I mean, our deck is like firing off on all cylinders at this point. So we're going to go for the Brocks. I really hope our opponent doesn't scoop. That would definitely deter me from wanting to play out the rest of this game. So yeah, I'm trying to think. If our opponent goes like... I'm trying to think of ways they can play around this damaged Cursola. But for the moment, I'm just going to roll with it, I guess. Well, we'll just do this one to be safe. I don't want them to go like switch, Koga's, knockout. Or something like that. Because if they used a Dene that puts at 90, Koga's would be 10 damage counters in between, and yeah, that'd be one way we could avoid getting... Oh no, we do need to attack with this one. This one has our Shedinja, so don't mind me, guys. So from there, we're just going to go for the corner. And opponent, that is your move. And they do have the boss orders, and they're going to go for the other Cursola, but I'm still kind of okay with it because they have to flip if they want to knock it out. Okay, so they do knock that one out. No knockout of their own. That's cool. So we're just going to do this. I think we're going to do this, getting rid of the Pokédoll. I don't think we're really going to need that at this point here. So we're just going to go for any other Cursola. And we really want to find another Nincada if possible. Nice, so that is exactly what we want to see. Go for a Stellar Wish. Treasure. So I'll just go ahead and do that. Clear that bench space for another Nincada. So they've used 2 bosses orders, I think. Okay. Let's see. We do have an escape board left. That's something like I actually am worried about potentially getting our Malamar stalled at some point. That is one way we could potentially lose this, maybe. I don't think right now though. So we're just gonna retreat and go for another corner. There is the Addkison. Going for another boss source, that's probably their last one. That is sort of the upside here. So let's see what they're going to go for. Going for the Jirachi. That's fine. Yeah, that or the Malamar is probably their best target. So we'll do this. Get down another Cursola. Use Vessel of Life here. Get down... We'll get down Jirachi, and then from there, we're just going to go for a Marnie. So the good news is, like I said, guys, I think our opponent's out of gusting effects for the moment. So yeah, we'll just go ahead and just making sure we didn't use our ordinary rod yet. But here I'm just going to do this. And we are going to corner yet again. So we've actually put a good dent into this Toxtricity. I'm very surprised we have not yet been able to finish this thing off. Here they're going to go for the Ordinary Rod, getting back Bolton, that's fine. So they are going to eventually have to start flipping through these Cursolas, and I don't think the odds, like, but here they have the switch, they have the research, so they just need an E-Power and they can knock us out here. And actually they don't even need to necessarily use their GX attack if they don't want to. But if they don't use their GX attack, we're going to use Fio and bring up something else, I think. Okay, but they are going to go for the GX attack, it looks like. Oh, but do they not have an electric power or anything like that? Oh, I see. And now they're going to try to use this to... Okay, that's a Q play from them. So, unfortunately, we just have to pass. So yeah, I mean, I'll give our opponent props. They're definitely playing this the best of their ability. They recognize they can't just go aggro with Toxtricity and hope to win. So they're getting pretty creative here. Here they're dumping their hand. So honestly, guys, they might even deck out before they take all their prizes at this pace. And there's the Koga's Trap. Ooh, that's actually really big, because now we get knocked out this way. Do we have any dolls left? That's the next thing. We do. So that's, I think, kind of the route I want to go here. Or actually, we just go Fion first, for sure. Let's see. Yeah, so I think we're going to go the Marnie route, right? So let's see what they're going to bring up. How many switches do they play? That's another thing. Oh, they've used all 4 switches. So that feels pretty good. I think we're in a good spot because of that. So we're going to go for Ordinary Rod. We should have used Malamar first, but it's okay. We'll just do both. So we'll get back Cursola and a Cursola. I think that's kind of our main fear, just running out of Pokemon. So yeah, we'll just do that. And we will grab this guy. And we can use our Shedinja here as well. Get down Ola Skateboard and go for the Marnie. So get that down. And I'm not really worried about decking out because we do have the Fion. We do have to remember that. So we'll Psychic Recharge. And we'll go for the attachment here. Just spread our energy around a little bit. And yeah, we're just going to keep on with the corner shenanigans. Oh, we did get the frowny face. I don't know if we're going to get the concession or not. Having the Bolton stuck for them is actually really, really bad. So Bolt Storm, they're going to go for it. Hey, and we get there. So we need one more knockout. And we have the Fion, so we can get something else stuck after this too. And a doll. That's also good considering the Eldegoss. We might have to deal with that. So I guess we'll just we'll Stellar Wish. Sure, we'll go for the Pokedoll here. So we'll go for the Whirlpool Suction. And yeah, I feel pretty good about the spot they're in now because they can't retreat unless they play Mallow and Law. That's another thing I don't think we've seen. Oh, we have seen that. I don't know if they play more than one, but I'm expecting just the one probably. So I'm just going to power up. No, we actually have to power up Cursola. So we'll get that down. And yeah, I think we're just going to... Sure, we'll get down the doll as well. And from there, we're just going to go for the corner. We are starting to run out of Cursolas though, so we actually do need a heads on these one of these next two. Okay, there's the Thunder Mountain. I'm fine with that. And this is a big heads. Do we get it? There we go, guys. That is how the Crystal deck is supposed to work. Just deny your opponent getting prizes while you take easy knockouts, basically. So yeah, I know that game was a little bit grindy there, as I guess most of them are with this deck, but yeah, that's exactly the sort of matchup we want to see for sure. Alright, so playing its bags 909. We are going to win the coin flip. That's definitely good. We will definitely want to go first. We need a lot of basics to get down. Oh, and it looks like our opponent might recognize us. We'll hit them with the hello. And okay, yeah, this really is not a bad opening at all here. Jirachi start, you know, that's the best starter we could ask for. We have the Cursola with the Capture Energy Pokedoll. The only thing we don't really have a supporter, but luckily we don't need one until next turn anyways. Oh, so speaking of which, we have a Cynthia there. So I'm just going to get down our Cursola. We're going to get down a Capture Energy. We definitely want to do this before going for the Stellar Wish so we can get our Nincada. Now let's see. It looks like we did prize our Inkay, so we might have to use Ditto at some point to become our Malamar. Don't know what our opponent's playing against, but we do have one Sky Pillar prize. Hopefully it's not Dragapult. They have their Dark Deck box, so more than likely it's not, but we definitely want to be on the lookout for spread stuff. Looks like a Cursola prized as well. So, I mean, I think we can make this work, though. It looks like we have most of our key components in the deck. We didn't prize any supporters. That is also really good. So we're just going to get this down. We'll go for our Stellar Wish. Just grab a Marnie. Threaten that, and we will get down the Pokedoll here. And I think I'm actually just going to leave Jirachi in the active. This is dark. I mean, it could be a Spirit Tomb deck, so... yeah, actually, there is a world where they get a knockout turn one, so we're actually just going to pick up the Jirachi here. We'll promote our Pokedoll. Seems safe, so let's just go ahead and do that, and we're just going to pass. So, really good first turn, honestly. I wouldn't mind getting down one more Cursola or a Ditto, but can't really ask for too much more than that without even playing a supporter. So, our opponent does have a Jirachi start against a Dark deck. Not sure what this is going to be. Is this going to be like Malamar VMAX, Dark Box? I think Spirit Tomb's pretty likely, since Jirachi could be paired with Scoop Up Net, and Scoop Up Net also has a lot of synergy with Jinx. So that's kind of my best guess right now. Here we see the Marnie from our opponent. I don't mind them refreshing our hand for us. Okay, so it's actually going to be Obstagoon. Man, that actually could be kind of an annoyance for us because they can snipe around our board a little bit here. which is definitely a pain for us. But so we'll have to see. Hopefully they don't go to Zigzagoon double scoop up net. That would be really annoying for us if that was the case. And okay, just a Marnie. So I kind of liked her hand, but we were going to play a supporter anyway, so they actually kind of play a supporter for us in that regard. Yeah, this hand not quite as good, but like we do have the Shedinja we can get down before they knock this thing out. They better not play a scoop up net. I'm going to be so mad if they do. Oh, thank God. I was going to be so triggered. Okay, so that's good. We got down that. Definitely want to do this before our opponent can evolve into their Obstagoon or ping it within our damage counter. So we're just going to do that. And I'm actually kind of cool just sitting on this hand. I don't really mind like just letting them knock out this doll if that's what they choose to do. So they're not going to be a very fast deck either, so I really don't mind just kind of hanging back for a turn. So here they are going to burn the Pokédoll and get their Jirachi back into active. I guess maybe we could have actually played Treasure and grabbed a Cursola preemptively. That would have put those supporters there on the bottom of our deck mixed up again, so that could have been an option for us. But like I said, I really don't mind taking our time with this deck. Our opponent's going to have a lot of Cursolas they have to go through, so they'll be okay. But here they are going to use a Scoop Up Net on Jirachi. Really happy about that specifically, because that means it's not a Scoop Up Net on their Zigzagoons. And they are going to go for a switch. So it looks like they are digging for something in particular. Maybe a rare candy. Oh, okay. But just going to go for the research here. Getting rid of Yveltal GX. I mean, Dupe Count actually is like kind of relevant against our deck because it goes through the ability on Cursola. So there is a communication as well. Gonna see a quick ball as well, getting rid of Pokédoll. So I don't mind these Pokédolls hitting the discard. Okay, it's just one. But I definitely want to go through as few of those as possible too. So there is a Mew going into our opponent's deck. Not really too useful against us in particular here. And there is the Obstagoon. So I'm assuming they have the Candy Obstagoon ready to go. Probably knock out our doll, if I just had to guess. Or they could put it on the Cursola. I actually kind of wish they would do the Cursola, but they are going to go for the Jirachi. That's also a pretty decent move on their part. Okay, so I think what we're going to do here... So we're going to do this. And they've already gone through 2 switch, I think. So 1 Scoop Up Net, 2 switch. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to put the doll on the bottom of our deck here and attack into this Jirachi. So yeah, we'll just... And sure, we will Treasure as well, I think. Because I actually do want to mix up the order of our deck here. Oops. So we'll grab our other Cursola. So hopefully we can find ourselves, hopefully have our opponent on a turn where they can't retreat this Jirachi. That would be really, really nice. They've already burned through 3 switching methods, so I'm really hoping they won't be able to find one. There's a Stellar Wish. Please whiff. Or play a Marnie. I'd be okay with them having it if they play Marnie. But there is a Research. I don't know if that's what they're looking for or not, but there's going to be the Dark Energy. I'd imagine we'll see... and they have the switch, too. Interesting. So they're switching into the Linoon here. I mean, they're not knocking us out, so... There's a Pokédoll, so they're going to switch into the doll. That's fine with me. I mean, we have a 0-card hand, so honestly, I think it's probably better if our opponent was just knocking on our front door and trying to take some prizes. But maybe they're going to attempt to pick us off with damage counters and not actually go through our ability. So there is a rare candy. And they are going to get that damage on Jirachi. Okay. And there is a Night Slash. So we're just going to hit us for 40 here. And promote the doll. That's fine. Okay, so there is another Cursola. I'm cool with that. And we're just going to go for the corner here. Knocking out this doll, I mean, doesn't really do much for us, but at least that's another doll we don't have to worry about anymore. So we honestly kind of need to flip heads here, or hopefully they don't knock out our Jirachi. We honestly kind of need our Jirachi. Maybe we should have used the doll on our previous turn to... oh, here they're going to go for Marnie, though. So whew, we got bailed out there, thank God. Okay, so yeah, we can definitely make this hand work. Here's a Scoop of Net, so they're probably going to ping our Jirachi, take a knockout that way. So seems good. Now, hopefully if they knock us out, hopefully we can grab a prize in the process. That would be really, really nice for us. Alright, so there is an Obstagoon. And there is an Obstruct. So let's see if we can get lucky. And we do. So that is really good. Especially against one prize decks, it's a lot harder to close out games when you're not taking 3 prizes at a time. So any heads is definitely going to be more than appreciated here. So, man, I hate to promote this, but I think I actually might want to promote this and knock out Jirachi this turn. That way we can kind of keep up in the prize exchange. So I think, yeah, we're just going to do this. Because unfortunately we don't have a Shedinja, and we're going to lose a prize no matter what, so I kind of want to get a prize in the process. And that is a great top deck. So we will... we have to unfortunately attach here. We'll get down our Ditto, I think. Yeah, that seems fine. And from there, we're just going to go for the Marnie. Unfortunately, not a great hand, but at least we did draw back into another Capture Energy. So here I'm just going to use the Curse to drop, though, and we're going to put 3 damage counters on this Jirachi. Getting a Sky Pillar. Not really a great prize. But once this Cursola goes down, the Sky Pillar is actually a little bit better. I didn't want to put down the Sky Pillar because that would have actually prevented our Curse Drop from activating. There is a Pokédoll as well from our opponent and a Research. So I think we are going to have to use this, well, we might have to use this Ditto as a Shedinja, potentially. So we're going to promote the Jirachi for the moment. We haven't used any switching cards. Oh, we used 1 Scoop of Net. So yeah, I think we'll just get down the Capture Energy here. Get down Ninkata. Actually, I need to draw into Ordinary Rod, I think. Or ideally, I think we would maybe find a Doll and a Retreating Method. That seems good. Because I think we actually need this Ditto to be a Cursola. Or Cursola, I should say. Alright, so we have the Escape Board. And we do find the Doll, so that's really, really good. So we're just going to get our Pokédoll down, get down our Skateboard, and like I said, we could get a Shedinja and put it on this Galarian Cursola, but we're out of our Cursolas, so I think we have to actually just wait a turn here. So we're just going to do this. We'll go ahead and evolve preemptively as well, and from there we're just going to pass it over to our opponent. So hopefully they don't have Fion or like Boss's Orders or anything like that. Hopefully we can catch them on a turn where they can, where they just have to go through our Doll. I feel like after this turn we're going to be in kind of a decent spot to start putting on some pressure again. Okay, so there is the Obstruct. That is great for us. That's like exactly what we want to see. So we'll promote our Jirachi here. And I think we're actually going to... I really don't even care about doing too much damage here. I think I just want to keep getting basics into play. I think that's the big thing I really want to see. So how many Ninkatas have we gone through? Just 1. So I think we can get down another one of those. That should be fine. So we'll do that. And yeah, we do have Ordinary Rod in deck, which is also very nice as well. So I think we're just going to go for the Mysterious Treasure here. I want to guarantee the Shedinja, because I think we do have 2 dolls left, so if we did whiff the Shedinja, I guess we could have probably hit a doll, but just to be on the safe side. So we're going to go for the Marnie here. And that's really not a great Marnie, unfortunately. Stellar Wish, Ordinary Rod. That's definitely what I like to see here. I don't mind not having a supporter because we can Stellar Wish again next turn if need be. So here I'm going to go ahead, use Vessel of Life. We're going to get that down here. And so for Ordinary Rod, let's see, we can... Or well, actually, we probably should save the Ordinary Rod for next turn because we want to Stellar Wish before. Like, we want to hit a supporter, then play Ordinary Rod. So I think I might have messed up our sequencing there a little bit, but hopefully it won't be a big deal. So we're just going to go for a Cursola and... Yeah, we have another Nankata, so maybe we can even get Brox next turn. That would also be acceptable. So I think we're just going to do this for the moment. And yeah, we'll get back our Psychic Energy since we don't have our Malamar in play either. So at this point, we're just going to retreat, send up a Cursola, and pass. So good news is we aren't giving up any prizes. Bad news is we still have to get 4 more coin flips to be heads. There is a quick ball from our opponent. Let's see, is it going to be a Fion? That's one thing I'm wondering. Okay, it's going to be Hoopa. Don't really mind Hoopa as well. There is an energy switch, it appears. And an Obstruct, so can we get a heads? We do not, unfortunately. Definitely a bummer. Okay, so we're just going to go for a Stellar Wish. And we do get Cynthia, which is definitely good. Luckily, we did not get punished for that play last turn, so we're just going to put this Cursola back. Do we... Yeah, we just go for another Cursola here, it appears. We'll get down our Psychic Energy, and we're just going to go for the Cynthia here. And hopefully we can get a Shedinja as well. Okay, that is good. So we can go ahead and treasure. We can get rid of this Jirachi. Probably not going to need any more of those, and we'll just go for our Shedinja. So if we can hit... We're going to need to take a turn to Brox at some point. That's another thing we do have to keep in mind. So we're just going to retreat here. And we are going to go for the corner. Start putting on a little bit of pressure to the Samsudin. I mean, hopefully we don't have to knock this out via damage. That would be very bad for our coin flips. So here's just a Marnie. I don't mind that. We basically just want to draw on the Pokemon and Brox at this point. Okay, so getting the doll is actually really nice. I do like that. And there's an Ordinary Rod from our opponent as well. And honestly, we might deck them. That's something we do have to keep in mind because they're not getting any prizes like this entire time. So it's taking them a lot of resources to try to beat us here. So there is the Obstruct. And we do get a heads. That's really, really nice because we have a couple Pokemon prize, so our communications could become live if we draw any of those. Nice. So we do get a Cursola. That's really good. Okay, so this is actually one of those turns where I kind of want to go for a Brox if possible. So I'm going to just Stellar Wish here. Unfortunately, we don't hit it, but it's okay. Because we have some dolls to fall back on for this turn if we need to. So we're just going to do that. Communication. We can at least grab another Cursola. Oh, we do have Nankata in deck too. Okay. Sure, that's fine, I suppose. So we will get down another doll here, and we'll just go for the Cynthia. Okay, and we have Brox for next turn, so I feel pretty good about the spot that we're going to be in here. So we're just going to evolve here. We will definitely get down our Psychic Energy, and we're just going to retreat into a doll. and pass over to our opponent. So I think we're in a good spot to potentially win this one, though. Now, great, we could very well just flip tails on the rest of our coin flips the rest of the game, but I think we have enough outs to kind of pull this one out. You can see why the 2 recovery cards is really important against like 1 prize decks in particular here. Just because if we were only playing 1 ordinary rod, like a lot of 1 prize decks, we would definitely be out of resources by now. So the 2 recovery cards, super clutch here. So they are going to use Lily's Pokédoll. Probably promote Hoopa, I would imagine, since it... Okay, so they're going to promote a different doll. I'm actually kind of cool with that, if that's what they decide to do. Because we could actually use Fion and attack into something different, maybe, if we choose to. Maybe we actually shouldn't have evolved into the Cursola. I forgot about old evil admonition there. Alright, so we're just going to go for the Stellar Wish here. We grab... Yeah, I think we grab a Cynthia, that's fine. And... Sure, we will go for the Brock's Grit. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that's the play here. How many escape boards? Okay, so we actually can scoop up net here to use communication if we do decide to. So I'm just going to do this. And we can grab probably Ninkata. Oh, we do have a Shedinja prized, I think. Yeah, so that is another one we are going to have to dig out there eventually. But for the moment, we'll just do this. Going to scoop up net this Jirachi back into our hand here. Right, this guy. And then we will just communicate that back, grab our last Shedinja. Now, one thing that is nice, getting the Jirachi off the board means that Evil Admonition won't be... Oh, but here we just get the victory screen, so our opponent had enough of our annoying deck that we have here, so... Alrighty guys, that is going to wrap up our look here at the Galarian Cursola deck. Hope you guys did enjoy this video. I know the games can be a little bit long-winded and a little bit grindy since, you know, unlike a lot of the stuff in the format, we're not taking these big, huge, sweeping one-hit knockouts like Baby Bucephalon or Zacian or anything. We're just kind of ticking away saying, you know what, knock out this Pokemon. We flip tails? Oh, okay. Knock out this Pokemon. Just keep doing that until you start flipping heads. And so, yeah, definitely not the most fast-paced of decks, but I think this deck is pretty cool. And once you get your whole loop going of your Malamar, Shedinja, Cursola thing going, it can be very, very difficult for a lot of these 2 and 3 prize decks to overcome it unless they do run like just excessive gusting options or something like that. Or maybe lots of tool scrappers. So certain things can definitely hard counter this, but a lot of decks really aren't prepared to go against something like Cursola, which makes, I think, a really cool deck. So definitely feel free to try this one out. But of course, guys, if you did enjoy this content, feel free to like and subscribe and consider supporting this channel as well by becoming a patron over at patreon.com/rarecandytcg or by picking up some merch from our online store, rarecandytcg.com. It would mean a lot. But as always, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.